I'm gonna go steal my dad's vintage shirts. Don't tell him.
Hey, what are you doing?
I just need some shirts.
For what?
I'm going on vacation and I needed some.
All right, fine. You can keep a couple, but we have to talk about them first, and then you can decide which ones you want to take.
Okay.
All right, so that shirt is probably from, I would say, 90s. It's just a regular basketball shirt, like nothing that was out of the ordinary. I just picked it up, played a lot of basketball in it. We see the tag? Well, can you hold it down? I can't see it. Okay, so just a regular Nike. Double stitch though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Another basketball shirt.
So this is one that, again, I just picked it up probably 90s, and I picked it up because it was soft. It was the material of that shirt was kind of the big deal. Is that, what's the tag on that one actually say?
MV Sports.
Yeah, so that one, like I said, was well worn. You can kind of tell it's a little bit getting a little bit thin in the threading, especially around the neck and the collar, but great shirt. Like I said, super comfortable.
More colleges.
Yep, so this is a shirt that I believe I got, let's see, what is that, a Fruit of the Loom tag?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is one that I think I got when the kids would come around in the beginning of the semester. So this is got to be early 90s. You can see that some of the logos are actually the older logos for some of the schools, but they would come around every year at the beginning of the school year and they would just sell shirts. It was kind of like that first start to kind of like selling shirts. I believe that that was one that I got there.
Nice.
Long Beach Island. So Long Beach Island, New Jersey, we would go and travel. They actually had good mini golf there. So we were there a few times, and this was probably one of those, was that Jersey's tag, I think?
Yeah.
This is probably one of those ones that we picked up at just one of the shops that was around Long Beach Island, because I felt like you always had to get like a shirt for vacation.
Always got to get one.
Yeah. So kind of getting into some of the volleyball stuff. So that is what? That's sets.
Yeah.
So no tag in it, but it had that kind of volleyball hippie-ish vibe. So that was one of the ones that, you know, again, you would find, I want to say that could even have been like early PacSun sort of deal, something like that, but super cool vibe. But again, tag probably ripped out because it was uncomfortable.
Look at this one.
Colorful.
Yes,
so
sir.
Body glove, beach volleyball, and an all-over print. So that was one of the ones that I used to wear an awful lot. And it kind of had that, you know, neon vibe going on, but it was super, like, kind of out there. That was that late 80s, early 90s vibe, was kind of that neon sort of look, and that all-over print was kind of cool. So that was a fave.
Yo, MTV.
Yep. So that one, well worn. I think there's a little bit of a hole down the bottom.
Yeah.
Is that a single stitch?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that one is, again, these are all going to be that kind of, there's the big hole down there.
Yep.
This is going to be that late 80s, early 90s sort of frame. You can tell it's getting a little dry rock because I used to rock it an awful lot. That is from the original show with Ed Lover and the other Dr. Dre. But that was kind of a cool shirt for a show that was pretty awesome.
What's Chump?
So that is one of those shirts where I think it was just that same sort of like no fear sort of vibe. So what is the tag on that one actually? Kind of show that for us. What does it say? Oh, Ogio. So, you know, I almost feel like that might be something to do with the backpack company. I mean, they were Ogio as well. I don't know. I could be wrong there, but just a cool vibe. The dude holding his finger up, a little bit of that Dikembe Mutombo sort of feel for it, but a fun shirt. Original, old school, vintage Billabong shirt.
What's Billabong?
It's just another one of those companies that made those shirts, right? I guess they started in 1973. It had that sort of skaterish vibe. I think that the tag for that one is probably their original tag, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is, let's zoom in on that guy. So that is the Billabong tag. But yeah, that was a shirt, kind of used to rock them in that same sort of time frame. Again, that sort of skater surfer sort of vibe going on with it.
Back to some volleyball.
Yep. So co-ed naked every sport. I think that's what was kind of the thing. You could kind of find those in any sport. That one is Long Beach Island. And what does it say? In the sand, twice as grand. So that one was, again, probably when we were at Long Beach Island, just kind of picked that up. But they used to have almost every sport for those. Same sort of time frame. And that is what? What's the tag on that one? In Oneida. Yep. So that kind of fits that same sort of time frame as well. Pro level team challenge. So it's always nice when they have the actual date on it. So 91, right? So yeah. That was a pro volleyball thing. I think that one is an actual Gap though, right? That is a Gap shirt. Yeah. So I don't think that was at a specific tournament, but I feel like I went to a tournament at Madison Square Garden. I don't think that's from there, but again, it kind of fits that same sort of time frame. I think this was one probably that the Gap just kind of did for themselves. NBA City. So this one, if I remember, so let's see, what's the tag on that one?
NBA tag.
Yeah, so an actual NBA tag. So your mother was at a sales convention, and it was for the NBA. So there's a lot of the NBA officers, and there was some actual players as well. So this was kind of part of a package that they gave them for showing up and doing sales. I think that there was a bag, a shirt, and some other things. So that came directly from the NBA as well. Nice. Same sort of time frame, probably later 90s. So what does that say? Founded in 1999. Yeah. That's probably more early 2000s. But yeah, kind of a cool shirt to get directly from the NBA.
Another colorful one.
Hypercolor. So these were so cool when they first came out. So what would happen is if you kind of got them warm, they would turn white. So you can see that one has super old, right? So that was definitely early 90s, or if not before. But I think the thing that no one really thought about was, when you're in middle school and high school and you get sweaty, and your underpits are what turns white first. Yeah. That was kind of a problem. So it was a cool shirt to wear, but like not something you'd want to wear in the middle of the summer, I felt like, especially not at school.
Definitely not.
Okay, so Speedo, and this is Speedo volleyball, so not Speedo swimming, if I remember right.
Yeah, yep. Volleyball.
So I don't know who that is. It could be Karch Kiraly there. I think he was working with them at this time. But again, another huge beach volleyball. The AVP was huge. You could watch it on TV. And that's one of those shirts from that same era.
This one got champion branding.
Yeah, so this was another USA Volleyball, I think an official USA Volleyball shirt. But yes, the fact that it's a champion, I think, is what makes this one a little bit more desirable. Has something on the back as well, right? Yeah, cool vibe on the back, kind of that whole American theme going on for it. So that one was a great shirt. Again, same time frame. I think these are all going to be around that same time frame because these are all originals. These are all my shirts. I didn't purchase any of these later. These are not finds from a vintage store. These are actually from my own collection.
Last one.
Let's see. KL, another volleyball, Killer Loop. So at that time, yep. So at that time, they were still doing volleyball stuff also. I don't know if they still are. I know they make sunglasses and stuff too. Is there a tag in that one or no?
No tag in this one.
No, it's probably one of those, again, that might have been uncomfortable tags, and at the time you didn't think to leave the tags in, so I kind of pulled it out. So again, another volleyball. A lot of volleyball stuff for me. It's kind of what I was into. Played a lot of volleyball. But Killer Loop is just another company that was doing that stuff, and it is a cool shirt. All right, so which ones do you actually want to borrow?
Oh, good question. Probably I'll start with the Billabong one. I like the color and the graphic on the back.
All right.
Gotta go with Chump.
It's just such a cool logo. The front of it's so very cool.
Yeah. Then probably go with this one too.
That's a good wear, right? It's
yeah, especially cool vacation. And then last one,
That one
Can't
hurts
leave out
me.
this
Yeah,
one.
you got to be super careful with that one. All right, listen, you can borrow them for now, but I want them back. I want them in the same condition. And after this, this is kind of like it looks like a library here. You can check out 4 of them, and we can go through another set of the shirts if you want at a later date. But you got to return these back in like library books.
Yes, sir. Thank
All right.
you.
Yep.